the weeks ahead.
And then just a quick one on the stimulus. There's reporting that House Democrats are going to come out with a $3,000 per child stimulus for some eligible families. Is that something that the White House supports, making a permanent benefit?
Well, the president talked about this a bit on the campaign trail and the importance of child tax credits to help working families ensure they can make ends meet. This proposal is emergency funding, as I understand it. It's a central priority of his first legislative proposal to cut child poverty in half this year. And that's why he included a child tax credit in the American Rescue Plan. But that's, again, emergency funding and something that will help people get through this period of time. Okay, go ahead.
So to follow up Peter's question,
sure.
What's this White House's stance on a universal basic income? This idea of the government giving out regular checks on a routine basis to Americans who might need it.
I know that's been proposed by a number of people, including some on the presidential campaign trail. I don't have anything more for you on it. I'm happy to check with our economic team if that's something that they're looking at all.
As a corollary to it, do you agree with the need that many on the Hill, and not just Democrats, are expressing, that there ought to be these enormous, well, no, I won't say enormous, but $3,000 or $4,000 per child checks for families right now?
As I tried to just indicate, I mean, the president supports the proposal that Representative Neal and others have put forward to ensure that there is money in the package that helps bring relief to families in the form of a child tax credit. That's something he certainly would support. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. I have two questions. One of the other things that Secretary Yellen said yesterday is that the president is open to a mandate on family leave and child care. Is there a timetable on that?
I don't have any more details or a timetable for you. Certainly, as a father himself, this is an issue that he has spoken about in the past, but I don't have any more details at this point in time.
And also, yesterday, did the president or did the White House have any concern about what we all saw on TV from Tampa about the thousands of people out celebrating and without masks? Any concern there?
Certainly. I mean, the president, I haven't spoken with him specifically about the events of this weekend, but, you know, he did a PSA yesterday with Dr. Biden making clear that social distancing, that mask wearing, that getting the vaccine when you have the opportunity to get the vaccine are vital steps to keeping more Americans safe and saving more lives. And certainly we know the Super Bowl looked not like different from what it has in the past, and he also conveyed that he's hopeful that next year will be a moment where everybody can celebrate and party. But he is, of course, concerned when there are pictures and photos, we all are, that show many people without masks in close distance with one another at the height of a pandemic. Go ahead.
Jen, I have two questions. First, President Biden said in the CBS interview that he hadn't spoken to President Xi yet because he hadn't had an occasion to talk to him. There's no reason not to call him. But has there been, is it actually part of the strategy to not call him yet and to hold off on that in hopes of kind of sending a message to China that you know, President Biden is not going to, you know, try to work, you know, really hard to curry favor? Is there something happening there?
Well, part of our strategy is to consult closely with our partners and allies, and you saw we did readouts of these calls over the past week or so that the president spoke with the Prime Minister of Japan, he spoke with the Prime Minister of South Korea, he spoke with the Prime Minister of Australia. And China was, of course, an important topic of conversation during those conversations. He also discussed China in calls with his European allies thus far. So part of our strategy is certainly engaging with partners in the region and allies and doing those calls and engagements first, and also having consultations with Democrats and Republicans on Capitol Hill. I know I can't say this forever, but we've only been here 2.5 weeks. He has not called every global leader yet. He's not had engagements with all of them, and I'm sure he will do more of that in the weeks ahead.